We now take you to the seat of government, the Jubilee House, where visiting Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida is confirmed with President Akufo-Addo. Our reporter Edred Nyako is there and brings us this report.
I welcome Prime Minister Kishida and his delegation once again to Ghana. I told the Prime Minister how relieved we were in Ghana to learn of the failure of the recent cowardly attack on him in Tokyo. This visit has strengthened the ties of friendship and cooperation that Ghana attaches to her relations with Japan. This evening, we have discussed at length how to boost further our political and economic relations, cultural and people-to-people exchanges, as well as our cooperation at the multilateral level. We touched on the need to promote a better world and address global issues relating to the realization of the Sustainable Development Goals and women empowerment. We also touched on the need to reform the United Nations, especially its Security Council, to reflect the changed circumstances of the world from 1945, when the composition and structure of the Security Council was established by the victorious powers of the Second World War. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may all be aware, Ghana-Japan relations date back to 1927, when Dr. Hideo Noguchi arrived in the then Gold Coast to conduct research on yellow fever, which laid the foundation for the great friendship between our great countries. Indeed, the street in front of the Japanese embassy in Accra has been named on my instructions as the Dr. Hideo Noguchi Street, in memory of that illustrious son of Japan and in appreciation of the continued generosity of the good people of Japan to Ghana. This is in addition to the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research, located at the University of Ghana, Legon, Accra. I also express special gratitude to Prime Minister Kishida and his government for his continuous assistance in various sectors of the Ghanaian economy through initiatives and programs under the African Business Education Initiative, the Overseas Development Assistance Scheme, the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, and the Japanese Overseas Cooperation Volunteers, particularly in the areas of improving maternal and child health care, transportation, energy, agriculture, and human resource development, as well as technical assistance in various fields. Ghana is a great admirer of the Japanese model of development and of Japan's technological advancement, and I've informed the Prime Minister that we're benefiting from his country's wealth of knowledge and experience to boost our own development. Indeed, I've made it known to Prime Minister Kishida that Ghana is endowed with abundant natural resources, which my government is seeking to use as a basis to transform its economy from the current reliance on the export of raw materials into a value-adding one, with the vision of taking Ghana out of dependence on aid to a self-reliant economy beyond aid. I'm pleased to state that Prime Minister Kishida pledged Japan's wholehearted support for this transformative agenda. Ghana is also counting on the support of Japan in reaching a favorable agreement with the International Monetary Fund, which will pave the way for the robust recovery of Ghana's economy. We've had to go to the fund for assistance in order to help repair our public finances and restore our balance of payments in the short term, whilst we continue to work on the medium to long-term structural changes that are the core of our goal of building a resilient, robust Ghanaian economy and building a Ghana beyond aid. As the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to gain our independence from the shackles of colonialism and imperialism, Ghana became one of the 5 initiators of the historic non-aligned movement. Historically, we have always been against great power domination of the affairs of the world. It is a position we will continue to hold, and that is why during the vote in the United Nations General Assembly, Ghana voted in favor of the motion condemning the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Great powers trampling on small nations and violating international law are not things we welcome, and within our modest means, we will register our disapproval of them. Ghana is determined to deepen her democratic governance, strengthen her institutions of accountability, and put her economy on a rapid platform for rapid development. The vision remains that of a Ghana beyond aid, a self-reliant Ghana that has freed herself from a mindset of dependence, aid, charity, and handouts, and is determined to make intelligent, disciplined use of her considerable resources, the basis for her growth and prosperity. I wish to reassure Prime Minister Kishida that Ghana will continue to collaborate with Japan to find solutions to challenges such as the eradication of widespread poverty, elimination of irregular migration, insecurity and human rights violations, terrorism and violent extremism, human and drug trafficking, piracy, as well as climate change and its attendant negative impact on the environment and livelihoods. In conclusion, I'm very happy to state that this evening's meeting has further boosted the steadfast cooperation between our two countries, and Ghana will continue to associate with Japan at all levels, particularly towards the peaceful resolution of conflicts and in the search for global peace and security to promote sustainable development around the globe. I thank you for your attention.
岸田総理、お忙しい中、ガーナを訪問してくださって心より御礼申し上げます。再び我が国を訪問してくださって御礼申し上げます。今晩は、素晴らしい会合を行うことができました。政治経済についてさまざまな話題について、文化、人と人との交流、多国間交流などについて議論したところであります。より良い世界を作るために、そして SDGs を実現するために、国連改革、特に安全保障理事会における改革を実現するためにさまざまな議論を行ってきたところであります。特に、現在の安保理は1945年当時の第二次世界大戦勝利国が構成したメンバー構成になっていて、今日的な現実を反映しておりません。そこの改革を何としても進めなくてはなりません。皆様ご存知だと思いますけれども、我が国と日本との関係は1927年に遡るところでありまして、当時のゴールドコーストに野口英世博士が、訪れて黄熱病の研究を進められたということが、我が国と日本との関係深化のきっかけとなりました。そういった両国の友情を記念して、アクラの日本大使館に関しても、私は、秀夫野口スピリットと名付けておりますし、そういったようなことで、日本からのさまざまな支援の下で、野口記念研究所もできた、そういったさまざまなご支援に対して、我が国としては感謝する次第であります。さらに、安倍イニシアティブ ODA、JICA 海外青年協力隊のご支援、ご援助によりまして、特に母子保健、輸送、農業、環境といった分野において様々な支援をご提供くださっております。ですから、そういったような日本から得た知見を活用して発展していきたいと思っております。先ほど総理にもお伝えしましたけれども、非常に潤沢な天然資源のある国でありますが、今までのような原材料の輸出型経済から我々は付加価値を生み出す経済に移行しようとしております。援助に頼る国ではなく、自律的な経済を樹立しようとしているところであります。そういった中で、先ほどの会談において岸田総理から、この我が国における移行のアジェンダをサポートしてくださるというお約束をいただくことができて、ここより嬉しく思っている次第であります。また現在、私ども IMF と 承中でありまして、なんとかその公的債務の状況を改善しなくてはならないと思っております。交渉を進めることによりまして、短期的に国際収支を改善しつつ、中長期的には我が国の産業構造の変革を導いていきたいと思います。サブサハラにおきまして、植民地主義から最初に独立した国として、私どもは歴史的に非同盟主義を貫いてきました。そういった経緯もありまして、常に国際情勢に関しては注目してきたところであります。そのこともあり、私どもは一貫して国連総会におきましては、ロシアによるウクライナ戦略を非難する、投票をしてきたところであります。大国が消極を踏みにじる、そして、明白な形で国際法に違反することが許される世の中があってはなりません。そういった中でガーナとしては、民主的なガバナンス、説明責任の強化、経済改革を進めておりまして、援助を超えて、自律的な経済を立ち上げる、そしてチャリティーとか親切な資金提供に頼るのではなく、自らの資源を活用して成長して反映していきたいと思っております。そういった中で、私どもの貧困撲滅の戦いに対しても、岸田総理からご支援くださるというお言葉をいただきました。これから、そういったさまざまな分野におきまして、日本の協力を得た上で、難民問題、暴力的過激主義、人身売買、気候変動、環境といった諸課題に対処していきたいと思っております。今回のこの会談をきっかけとして、二国間の協力がさらに着実に進むことを願っております。ガーナとしては、あらゆるレベルで日本とのお付き合いを深めていきたいと思い、特に紛争の平和裏な解決、そして国際社会の安定に寄与していきたいと思います。
はい、大丈夫ですか。はいはい。はい。日本の総理として、17年ぶりにガーナを訪問でき、嬉しく思います。アクフォ・アド大統領およびガーナの皆様の温かい歓迎に感謝を申し上げます。
It is a great pleasure to be visiting Ghana as the Prime Minister of Japan after 17 years since the previous visit by our country's leader. Your Excellency President Akufo-Addo and the people of Ghana, I extend my sincere gratitude for your warm welcome.
今回私はアフリカの声を直接聞き、それを G7 広島サミットでの議論にしっかり反映すべく、ガーナを訪れました。日本とガーナは長年にわたる友人であり、両国民は友情と尊敬で結ばれています。ガーナは西アフリカ有数の経済拠点であり、民主主義、法の支配等の基本的な価値や原則を共有する重要なパートナーです。
The purpose of this visit to Ghana is to directly listen to the voices of Africa and to reflect such feedback in the discussions to take place at the G7 Hiroshima Summit. Japan and Ghana are longtime friends, and our people are bound by friendship and respect. Ghana is a major economic hub of West Africa and an important partner with whom we share fundamental values and principles such as democracy and rule of law.
本日、アクフォ・アド大統領との間で、昨年8月に開催したTICAD8の成果を着実に実施し、日ガーナ関係の強化につなげていくことで一致をいたしました。
Today, President Akufo-Addo and I concurred on the steadfast implementation of the fruits of TICAD8 held last August to further strengthen Japan-Ghana relationship.
まず、西アフリカの重要な経済の要であるガーナとの間で、 ビジネス、投資促進の重要性を確認いたしました。トヨタ、日産、スズキの車両を生産する組み立て工場の稼働はその一例です。本年中には、ホンダが組み立て工場を設立する予定となっていると承知をしており、こうした動きが両国間のビジネス関係をさらに加速化させることを期待いたします。
In this context, first, we confirmed the importance of business and investment promotion between Ghana, the linchpin of West African economy, and Japan. Toyota, Nissan, and Suzuki are operating assembly plants producing vehicles, and these are great examples of our ties. I also understand that Honda plans to establish an assembly plant by the end of this year, another move which I hope will accelerate the business relationship between our two countries.
また、開発協力のさらなる促進の重要性も確認いたしました。インフラは開発の基盤であり、西アフリカ経済圏の発展にとって重要なアビジャン・ラゴス回廊等をつなぐ第2次テマ交差点改良計画をガーナと協力して引き続き着実に実施をしてまいります。
We also reaffirmed the importance of further promotion of development cooperation. Infrastructure is the foundation of development. We will cooperate with Ghana to secure the steady implementation of Phase 2 of the project for the improvement of the Tema motorway roundabout that serves as the junction of major highways, including the Abidjan-Lagos corridor, which is critical for the development of the West African economic region.
日本は野口英世博士の縁もあり、ガーナに対して長年にわたり保健分野での支援を行ってきました。コロナ禍では野口記念医学研究所が地域の感染症対策の指導的役割も果たしました。
Thanks to the unique bond created by Dr. Noguchi Hideyo, Japan for many years has been supporting Ghana in the area of health. During the COVID pandemic, the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research played a leading role in regional countermeasures against infection.
また、ガーナの食料安全保障を支援し、米の増産及び品質向上を後押しするため、先ほど、稲種子生産能力向上計画に関する交換公文の署名を行いました。
In order to contribute to the food security of Ghana and to provide support to increase production and improve the quality of rice, a few moments ago, exchange of notes were signed for the project for the enhancement of rice seeds production capacity.
人への投資は国の将来を支えるものです。若手行政官の日本での研修を支援する人材育成奨学計画に関する交換公文にも署名をいたしました。
Believing that investment in people will drive the future of a nation, signing of exchange of notes concerning the project for human resource development scholarship to support the training of young administrative officials in Japan also has taken place.
経済成長は平和と安定なくして実現できません。アクライニシアティブとガーナによる平和と安定に向けた取り組みを歓迎いたします。日本はサヘル地域とギニア湾沿岸諸国の平和と安定に寄与し、持続可能な成長を促進することを目的として、今後3年間で約5億ドルの支援を行っていきます。また、PKO 訓練センター支援を通じ、アクライニシアティブを支援いたします。
Without peace and stability, there can be no economic growth. We welcome Ghana's efforts through the Accra Initiative and other endeavors to secure peace and stability. Under the objective of contributing to the peace and stability of the Sahel region and the coastal states of the Gulf of Guinea and promoting sustainable growth, Japan will provide $500 million of support over the next 3 years. Further, through our assistance to the PKO training centers, Japan will support the Accra Initiative.
また、スーダンの状況については、私から強い懸念を示し、日本としても G7 議長国安保理メンバーとして積極的に貢献していく、その一環として、アフリカの角大使を関係国に派遣する旨、また、スーダン国内及び周辺国における人道状況の悪化に対応するため、国際社会とともに緊急人道支援についても早急に検討していきたい旨お伝えし、同じ安保理非常任理事国であるガーナと緊密に連携していくことを確認いたしました。
On Sudan, I indicated my deep concerns and conveyed to the President that Japan, in our capacity of the G7 presidency and as a member of the Security Council, shall make proactive contributions by taking measures such as sending our ambassador for the Horn of Africa to relevant countries and promptly considering the provision of humanitarian assistance in coordination with the international community in response to the worsening humanitarian situation in Sudan and peripheral countries. We confirmed that Japan and Ghana, also a non-permanent member of the Security Council, shall closely work together to deal with the issue.
国際条理での協力について、アクフォアド大統領との間で、法の支配に基づく自由で開かれた国際秩序の重要性について一致をいたしました。ロシアによるウクライナ侵略など、主権や領土一体性といった国連憲章の原則すら否定する動きは許されません。力による一方的な現状変更は世界のどこであっても認められません。さらに透明で公正な開発金融の重要性でも一致をいたしました。両国は今年ともに安保理非常任理事国を務めています。北朝鮮への対応や安保理改革を含む国連の機能強化で連携していくことも確認をいたしました。
On the topic of cooperation in international fora, President Akufo-Addo and I concur on the importance of a free and open international order based on the rule of law. Actions such as Russia's aggression of Ukraine that deny even the most basic principles of the United Nations Charter, such as sovereignty and territorial integrity, cannot be tolerated. Nowhere in this world is there a place where unilateral change of status quo is recognized. We also agreed on the importance of transparent and fair development finance. Both of our countries have non-permanent seats at the Security Council this year, and we confirmed to coordinate in our response to North Korea and in the reinforcement of UN functions, including Security Council reform.
今次訪問を弾みとして、ガーナとの間で経済、開発、人の交流等の幅広い分野における協力を一層強化してまいります。
Leveraging this visit to Ghana, we will further enhance cooperation in diverse areas, including the economy, development, and people-to-people exchange.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, President Akufo-Addo. Thank you, Prime Minister Kishida. This has been a very constructive engagement with the press, very informative indeed, and I believe at this juncture, no questions will be entertained. Guests may proceed to the banquet hall. Invited guests may proceed to the banquet hall for dinner. Thank you very much.
岸田総理大臣どうもありがとうございました。マスコミの皆様どうもありがとうございました。今日は質問は取りません。招待客の皆様は晩餐会会場へご移動ください。
And that was a live feed from the Jubilee House where the Japanese Prime Minister and President Akufo-Addo had discussions. And President Akufo-Addo says the two will continue to collaborate to fight corruption, insecurity, piracy, terrorism, poverty, among others, and further strengthen bilateral relations between Accra and Tokyo. The visiting Japan Prime Minister is in the country for a two-day official visit. Early on today, he visited the Noguchi Memorial Institute. As a member of the Security Council, Japan promised to offer humanitarian assistance and help resolve the crisis in Sudan as soon as possible.
The visit of the Japanese Prime Minister to Africa will be a strong demonstration of Japan's commitment to work hand in hand with Africa. And this is the first time a Japanese Prime Minister is visiting Ghana in 17 years.